All right, so now for question number 4, every time whenever they give you in this form, immediately I can tell two things. I can tell the radius, which I know is 5, and I can know the center also, and the center is 10 minus 5, right guys?
Yes.
Okay, so right now we are already done with 1. Now number 2. Now number 2 is super toughy. So why is it so tough? Okay, so before I do anything, I must always draw my circle first. So I decide to draw my circle. So my circle has a center of 10, comma minus 5. Remember, I teach you a very smart way to do the sketching of the circle. So the smart way to do the sketching of a circle means you need to find 4 critical points. Correct or not, guys?
Yes.
So I will start with the first one. I'll do the first, Shruti will do the second, Qiyan will do the third, and YC will do the fourth. So for me, I will start on the extreme. I'll start with the maximum. I call this as the maximum because remember I told you guys this is called the maximum value. So this is the maximum point. So the maximum point means with a radius of 5. Okay. Radius of 5 means will it affect the x value or the y value?
Y value.
It will affect the y value. Yes, means the x value will still be the same. So it'll be 10, and then I need to add 5. So 5, that will be a 0. Agree, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, whose turn? I think I said it's Shruti, right? Okay, Shruti, your turn. What you want to do? Which critical point?
The minimum
The minimum. Okay, the minimum. What is the coordinate?
is 10, negative 10.
All right. Next up, is it Qiyan or YC?
YC.
Okay, YC.
The extreme.
YC cannot hear you. You say extreme.
Nice mute.
The extreme left is 10, negative 5.
10, negative 5.
Wait, no, 5, negative 5.
Yes. 5, negative 5. And Qiyan, the last one is yours.
15 and 15, negative 5.
Now, guys, can you see somebody is 0? Who is 0? Which coordinate?
The maximum point.
What does this mean already? If you know that it is 10, 0.
It is parallel to the x-axis, tangent. Like
No.
you draw the line, right?
It's
like
on the x-axis.
yeah, it's on the
Wait. What? YC?
It's on the x-axis.
Yes, it's on the x-axis. So it's on the x-axis means I know confirm plus chop that this is on the x-axis. Understand, guys? Now you all know the whole thought process already?
Yes.
Okay, so I know that this is my x-axis. I'll give you all some time to draw first. And let me know when you're done. All right, so right now we know all this information and we know that this is 10. So they tell me a very key thing. They say that there's an origin to the circle. So I know the origin is also on the x-axis, right? And the origin will be here because why? I know this is 10, 0 and the origin is 0, 0. Right now, guys? Yes?
Yes.
So it's the equation of tangent. So there are two tangents, you know, guys. There is one tangent, which is here. The one in brown. And what is the other tangent? The other tangent is, they say from the origin to the circle. Can you all see that?
Yes.
So this is the second tangent. So this is tangent 1. And this is tangent 2. But you need to be very careful, guys. Can you see the tangent is not touching the 5 minus 5? So make sure you draw very carefully, okay? You cannot assume that the 5 minus 5 is on the tangent, Okay, guys? I repeat, can you assume that 5 minus 5 is on the tangent?
No.
Cannot. Yes, cannot. Now, who is the best friend of tangent? Tangent and who always go hand in hand?
Radius.
Very good. Radius. So radius is always from the center to the circumference, right? And then it gives me 90 degrees. And here to here gives me 90 degrees, right or not, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so radius and tangent, we know hand in hand, it gives me 90 degrees. So hence, what happens in this question number 4? Okay, this is a juicy part. Everybody listen very carefully. Do you all remember there's this property called external tangent from an external point? So this
Yeah.
is an external point, right? So external point is here and the two tangents. So therefore, I can say that these two triangles are the same. Triangle A, B, C, D. Means I can say that triangle ABC is actually congruent to triangle A, D, C because of the property called tangent from external point. Right now, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I know that this, can you see that here is the origin? So origin to the B, right? It means that over here, it has a length of 10. Agree, guys?
Yes.
So if this is a length of 10, can you see that BC is my radius? Means my BC is what?
5.
5. Now, how are we going to find? So what is the first tangent? The first tangent is very simple. The first tangent, we all know that anything that is a horizontal line on the x-axis is what equation?
Y AX equals question mark.
That is vertical, no, not horizontal.
Y equals question mark.
Yes, y equal to question mark. And for this case, is y equal to 0. Right now, guys? So that's how I get my first equation, y equal to 0. Understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, now for the second one is tricky. So how to do the second one? So to do the second one means you need to go and find the gradient, right? So how are we going to find the gradient? So
Find the gradient of the
now, link back to something that you all learned in CG. Do you all remember there's a formula to find gradient? That is not just rise over run or at y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. There is one formula in your CG notes that also tells you the gradient. Who remembers? Anybody remember? You all look at your CG notes. Then let me know. Okay?
tangent
Why
theta.
did I tell you guys?
Tangent theta is gradient.
Yes, what is the concept of tangent theta will give me my gradient. So what is the theta that was in your notes? How to find theta? Theta is the what?
Theta is from the x axis to the diagonal line.
Positive x-axis. So can you see, I'm going to draw my tangent 2 on a separate axis. Because I know that my tangent 2 cuts the origin. Right now, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So tangent 2 cuts the origin. That means that where is my theta? So my theta always starts from the x-axis all the way until the diagonal line. This is my theta. Correct now, guys? So for this question, if you look at it, can you see here, I'm going to extend. This is my origin and I extend right now, guys. Yes?
Yes.
So it means that this part here, from my x-axis to my diagonal line is my theta. So before I find theta, I must actually find this person. And how do I find this person? It's by using trigonometry, tuaka so. Because I know that this angle and this angle is the same, right? So I can find angle X. How I find angle X? Because I already know that
Tangent.
here is 5. I can use tangent to find angle X. So let's do that now. How much is angle X?
Tangent. Tangent inverse 5/10.
So how much is X? Angle X.
26.565.
I think it's better if you give like exact form.
26.5650518. Are
you in the
okay, I got it.
Are you degree mode or radian mode? So what is angle X? Hello guys, are you all there?
26.565.
But then we'll not be able to find you need exact form, guys.
Then that's tangent inverse half.
What?
Tangent inverse half.
Tangent inverse half. Then how to find theta? Theta will be equal to
180 minus 2 tangent inverse half.
Then after that, do you think you can find your gradient already? The gradient of the second tangent? Okay, do that now and tell me what's the gradient of the second tangent. You should get a nice number. So okay, yeah. So Tiyuan said that you got the answer. So if you all do not know, please clarify with Tiyuan. So Tiyuan, you say that gradient of second tangent is confirmed is -4/3, right?
Yes.
So if we know that the gradient of the second tangent is -4/3, and we also know it passes through the origin, therefore, what can we say about the equation?
Y equals
Equation y equals to -4/3 of x.
Yes. So this question is amazing. Okay, so now part C is even more amazing. So part C, they say that without using simultaneous, we need to go and find the coordinates of which this tangent meet the curve. So we know the very first one is very simple, right? So can you see the tangent meet the curve is at this point here? Correct, guys? This one we know, right or not?
Yes.
So that's why we get 10, 0. But the second one, we do not know. The second one is the one that is very difficult. So how are we going to do that? And they say you cannot do simultaneous equation at all. So is there any way we can do it?
Use the radius formula.
Radius formula? What do you mean by radius formula?
Because the radius is like
Use
Uh,
Use what?
gradient.
Gradient? What about the gradient?
Like the radius is 90 degrees, so the gradient is 3/4.
So you say that the radius of who?
DC.
Okay, you say that the radius of DC. Why? Because radius and already have the gradient of AD, right? So if we know that the gradient of AD from the equation, we know that it's minus 4/3. Therefore, we can say that the gradient of DC will be how much?
3/4.
3/4, because why? Radius is perpendicular to tangent, right? Yes, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then after that, how are we going to continue then to find the coordinates of D? Because we need to find the coordinates of this point. Like now we have the gradient, like, okay, so how we
-5 minus y over 10 minus x equals 3/4.
-5? What do you mean -5?
Like the center, use the gradient formula, y1
Okay,
minus
the
y.
center is 10 minus 5, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, what about it? So you say that 10?
Like find gradient of the
Gradient formula.
Find gradient of what? CD in terms of x and y, is it?
yeah, then after that equate to 3/4.
Then after that, but then you got two unknowns, what? Two unknown means you need two equation, isn't it? Correct or YC?
Yes.
Then two equation means isn't it simultaneous already?
Yes.
So cannot. So anybody know of any other ways? This one like deja vu eh. I remember we did something similar before. It feels very similar that we did this question before. Any others? What other way can you use to solve this? So I know that there's an origin, there's an x-axis here. So I'm going to draw one more y-axis because I know that this the place where the y and the x-axis meet is the origin. So this is my y-axis. Maybe if I draw like that, it'll be easier for you to visualize. Guys, can you see over here? Because D is here, right? So I already have here is x and x. Do you think you can find out what is this angle here? Yes or no?
Yes.
And then do you think you can find this person and this person? Is there any way you can find? And you know,
Yeah.
do you know what is the length of AD or not? Yes or no?
Is you don't know.
We know. How come we know what is the length of AD?
Oh yeah, because it's the same from A to B 10.
Yes, because it's a congruent triangle, right? That we just went through just now. So we know that if this is 10, I can say that this triangle, this zigzag is also 10, right? Then I can find this orange one because I already got the x and the x. So with that, I can use trigonometry, the tuakaso, to find this person and to also find this person. And with that, when I find this person, I know that this is the x coordinate or the y coordinate of D.
X coordinate.
Yes, so this person here is the x coordinate, right? This one will give me the x coordinate of D. And this person will give me the
Y.
y coordinate of D. So try doing it and see whether can you all get the answer.